discovered so far. 1 out of every 6 Kashmiris have been tortured. Rapes have been documented as an instrument of suppression. We remember and we will never forget. We will not forget the mother who weeps for her son killed in the funeral procession at the Howla massacre. We will not forget the father from Kushnan Pashpora who cried for his molested daughter. We will not forget the sister from Pampora who never knew what happened to her brother who disappeared. My name is Tasin Mir. I'm a Kashmiri. I was there when the event happened. Today we're here. We're going to reflect, share poetries, share songs, people share their experiences of what happened. And next, I'm going to bring Jaran and Nuh, and they will share a poetry song.
Hello, everyone. I'm from Kashmir. I just wanted to let everyone know. So I'm doing a poem today from Rumi. The name of the poem is "We are nothing but breathing human being." So the poem starts like, not Christian or Jew or Muslim, not Hindu, Buddhist, Sufi or Sikh, not any religion or cultural system. I'm not from the east or the west, not out of ocean or up from the ground, not natural or ethereal, not composed of elements at all. I do not exist, not an entity in this world or the next. Did not descend from Adam or Eve or any other origin. My place is placeless, a trace of the traceless, neither body nor soul. I belong to beloved, have seen the two worlds as one, and that one to and know, first, last, outer, inner, only that breath-breathing human being. I also want to raise one statement here. Where are we headed? Away from the humanity, it seems. We need to value human over religion and nation. We need to stand together against injustice. I'm going to give it over to Noor.
Thank you, Charan. So I'm going to be sharing part of a poem from Kashmiri American Aga Shahid Ali, and it's the poem Farewell. At a certain point, I lost track of you. They make a desolation and call it peace. When you left, even the stones were buried. The defenseless would have no weapons. When the ibex rubs itself against the rocks, who collects its fallen fleece from the slopes? O weaver whose seams perfectly vanished, who weighs the hairs on the jeweler's balance? They make a desolation and call it peace. Who is the guardian tonight of the gates of paradise? My memory is again in the way of your history. Army convoys all night like desert caravans. In the smoking oil of dimmed headlights, time dissolved. All winter it's crushed fennel. We can't ask them, are you done with the world? In the lake, the arms of temples and mosques are locked in each other's reflections. I want to bring Sheena up next, who's going to be sharing a really poignant testimonial.
Jalil Andrabi, a 36-year-old civil rights lawyer, married and with 3 young children, was the chairman of the Kashmir Commission of Jurists, a human rights organization in Jammu and Kashmir. He fought over many years to improve prison conditions in Jammu and Kashmir and documented cases of arbitrary arrests and detentions, custodial killings and disappearances. Following a petition filed by Andrabi, the High Court in Srinagar in October 1994 ordered that district committees made up of judicial, police and medical authorities make regular visits to all jails, detention centers and police lockups in the state. The only visit reported to have taken place in December 1994 found widespread evidence of illegal detention, torture and ill-treatment. In October 1995, following another petition filed by Jalil Andrabi, the state government gave assurances that the state government gave assurances that no prisoner would be detained outside the state. Jalil Andrabi was to have represented the Kashmir Commission of Juris before the United Nations Human Rights Commission in Geneva from 18th March 1996. In January 1996, Andrabi told newsmen that he knew that he was on the government hit list since attending the commission in Geneva the year before. Shortly before his death, Andrabi attended a conference in New Delhi at which he held state authorities responsible for human rights violations in Jammu and Kashmir. On 30th Jan 1996, Jalil Andrabi told journalists that two unidentified men, armed men, had tried to lure him from his house a day earlier and that he had covertly photographed them. In the evening of 8th March, Jalil Andrabi was reportedly taken from his car by personnel of the 35 Rashtriya Rifles unit stationed at Badgaon as he was driving home with his family. The group of paramilitary was headed by a major and accompanied by renegades, acting as spotters, identifying passers-by. Andrabi's wife Rifat, who was present during the incident, attempted to file a first information report or an FIR in Sadar police station, naming army personnel, but she was refused. The Inspector General of Police reportedly reassured Rifat Andrabi on the phone that night that Andrabi was with them and would be released after the completion of investigations. On the following morning, the Jammu and Kashmir High Court Bar Association, of which Andrabi was a member, filed a habeas corpus petition in the High Court, which then directed all the law enforcement agencies in the state to declare whether they were holding Andrabi or not. In a sworn affidavit presented on 11th March, the army stated before the High Court that Rashtriya Rifles do not operate in the said area. Neither was any member deputed or present at Paripura at 5:30 p.m., nor did any member of Rashtriya Rifles apprehend or receive the alleged detainee on the date and time given. Police reportedly urged the family to alter their FIR so as not to mention suspected army involvement, but to declare instead that Andrabi had been taken away by unknown personnel. The family agreed to do so on the condition that they could meet Andrabi. On 13th March, the FIR was finally registered by the family, and the family was not informed of Andrabi's whereabouts. On the following day, the High Court said it was not satisfied with affidavits denying the custody of Andrabi, which junior officers of the army and the Home Ministry had filed, and ordered secretaries of the Defence and Home Departments to file their affidavits relating to the whereabouts of Jalil Andrabi. The court also directed that a special investigation team under the Deputy Inspector General of Police be set up to investigate Jalil Andrabi's whereabouts. It was directed to report to the court every day on the progress of the investigation. On 27th March, the decomposed body of Jalil Andrabi was found in River Jhelum. His hands were tied up and his face was mutilated. The autopsy report said that Andrabi had probably been killed some 14 days earlier. He had apparently died of gunshot injuries to his head, on which there were also injuries inflicted by a blunt weapon.
Next, Suhail Dar will come up and give a testimony as well.
So I want to time travel a little bit to the mid-90s, and a time when curfews and crackdowns were the norm. And death and disappearance and death wasn't just a probability, it seemed like an inevitability. And with that, Abdul Hamid Tantre, a resident of Pahan, recounts this event around 1995 or 1996. So at night, gunmen broke through my door and kicked my family outside. They were asking about me. When I came forward, they cut hold of my collar and dragged me to Palhalan Army Camp, where an officer ordered the other officials to torture me. They hung me upside down. I cried and begged, but they tortured me continuously. Once in Palhalan Camp, there was a youth kept in a cell next to mine. I assumed that his parents might not be aware of this. One day, with the excuse of using the bathroom, I tried to sneak into his cell. I saw the young boy and his cell walls were covered with blood. I'll repeat that again. I saw the young boy and his cell walls were covered with blood. I requested an officer named Kartik to allow me to talk to him for a few minutes. After having a conversation with the boy, my doubts were confirmed. I came to know that that boy was from Wusan, namely Abdul Ahadar, son of Ghulam Ahadar. The army officials randomly picked up the boy. The following night, I heard a gunshot. The next morning, when I asked about the gunshot to other officers, they giggled and said, quote, "There was a dog in the kitchen, so we killed him." There was a dog in the kitchen, so we killed him, referring to the boy. And then they burst out laughing. When I was released, I went to the boy's family and informed them about their son. Soon the family rushed to the camp, but the officials responded that he ran away. Next, I want to bring up Arjun Sethi.
Many people consider India the world's largest democracy. I think of India to be more like the world's largest fascist empire. As many of you know, in early August, without any legal foundation, without speaking to Parliament, without consulting the people of Kashmir, a community that is entitled to the right to self-determination, the Indian government, the Modi regime, unilaterally revoked the autonomy